We a nation of Raiders. It's a nation of Raiders. We a nation of Raiders.
Hello and welcome to another season of Inbounds with the Oakland Raiders. I'm Lorelei Suarez and so excited to be back to celebrate our 20th anniversary of this program being in the air. And who better to kick off this new season than number 29 and a young talent who is on the rise, cornerback David Amerson. David, thanks so much for taking the time to sit down with us today.
I appreciate you having me.
So you grew up in North Cackalack, so I like to call it, and you were an athlete at a very young age. How did you get involved in sports, and who in your family influenced you to have such an active childhood?
Well, growing up, I got an older brother, that I used to follow around a lot when I was a kid, and basically everywhere he went, I went, outside of school. And so he was into sports, with basketball, football, and a very high competitor. And that was kind of the person I looked up to, kind of my male role model. So it just forced me to really get involved in all kind of sports. So.
Well, obviously you had amazing success at Dudley High and then later at North Carolina State. And last season was a breakout season for you in the NFL. So looking back, what would you say is a common characteristic of yours that has helped you achieve success at all three levels?
Just being a high competitor. I've always been a competitor when it comes to anything. We can be, if it's playing sports or we just playing a video game. I always want to win and always had the will, to try to be the best or get the W or get the win. So I think it just carried on, as I've been in the league and as I play here. So,
like you, I'm a really competitive person, and we all know that what shows up on the field starts off the field. And we have a lot of young student athletes who watch this program. When you were in high school and then later on as a college athlete, how did you balance the demands of the classroom with the demands of the field?
Well, I always knew if I wanted to, reach my goals in life or for sports, I had to, of course, do academics. And, I really, took that on and realized that at a young age, when I was in high school, I was a 3.0 student,
Nice.
and yeah, so I always took academics serious and just thinking, I had to have this to go play football or basketball in college and on forth to the NFL or NBA, whatever the case may be. And so I always had that in the back of my head. So that's what made me really take academics serious.
And do you find like that ethic that you developed at those levels help you now as you prepare for teams as a defensive player each week?
Definitely. It's crazy. I was actually thinking about it yesterday. It's like how much studying it goes, into watching film and, breaking down, guys and formations and quarterbacks, or offensive coordinators, what they like in certain situations. So, and all that is note taking, and kind of trying to remember it. And it's the same thing like in the classroom as if you're studying, for an exam.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of it's the same philosophy, the same, things that go into it. So. It's kind of crazy.
I think people don't realize just how much work goes into it. So I was lucky enough to attend camp up in Napa. What are some of the things that you guys got to work on that we're going to get to see this upcoming season in terms of chemistry and just development?
I think, with the addition of a couple of veteran guys and us coming in, having a decent season last year and trying to build off that, I think we really just going to go out there and play fast, man. We want to, give the crowd, something to be excited about, go out there and hit folks in the mouth, man, and just, try to, put on a show for the Raider Nation.
It's a great Raider Nation, isn't it? So a lot of our viewers, we like to give them advice on education, fitness, nutrition. And as a pro athlete, you have access to trainers and the best nutritionists in the world. What are some things that you've learned as a professional athlete that you feel that you could lend to our high school and college athletes?
Well, definitely, you got to take care of your body, man. And I really started to really realize how important drinking water is. Drinking water and staying hydrated. And I'm trying to cut down, me personally, on a diet of mine. I'm trying to do a fish and chicken diet. And I think it's helped me, recently. Like I feel like more energized and don't feel so sluggish when I wake up in the morning compared to if I had a ribeye steak.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, just you gotta find out little things. You gotta find out what works for you. You gotta know your body and just monitor it. So.
One other thing that's great about the NFL is their involvement in the program Play 360. Have you had any opportunities to get out there in the community or with the youth and help them understand the importance of an active lifestyle?
Yeah, I know we just had the Super Bowl in this area last year, You know, so yeah, I definitely attended some events and you know, interact with the kids. You know, I mean, I love kids. I love playing. I'm a big kid myself. You know, so yeah, that was cool for me. I definitely want to do more though.
Great. Well, we would love to have you out in the Oakland community. I think the community is really benefiting from the Oakland Raiders involvement. So last thoughts about the upcoming season. What are you looking most forward to?
Just getting back started, man. You know, football season's finally here. You know, just getting out there and competing, man, and you know, getting this championship. You know, I think that's everyone's mindset right now is to get to the championship. We don't expect anything, you know, less. And so I'm just happy to finally get it going, get the process rolling.
Well, we are excited for the season to start. I am expecting big things from the Raiders in the AFC. And thank you for taking the time to sit down with us today.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Until next week, this has been Lorelei Suarez with Inbounds with the Oakland Raiders. Thanks for tuning in.